What's going on, guys? I'm Ashley Mehta, and I am on the Nico Blitz podcast.
Oh my God, is that Nico Blitz?
Nico Blitz podcast. We are back at it like a crack addict or whatever else rhymes with crack addict. Shout out to my next guest. I've been a fan of her since quarantine, I'll be honest. But she has a record out called When I Move. She is literally like the TikTok queen. There's a whole bunch of mashups on TikTok that I'm just obsessed over. I promise you it's on my FYP. And hopefully we can call her fan group the Metaverse.
Yes.
Ashley Mehta, what's poppin'?
What's poppin'? Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy to have you.
I'm so excited to be here. Seriously.
Yeah?
Seriously.
I could see it on your face.
Yeah, no. I've been waiting for this moment. No, I'm not kidding. Ever since I see Nico Blitz podcast, I was like, I need to get on that.
Oh man, I'm happy. Well, you know, I'm all about just helping people who I believe are super dope get discovered.
No, we appreciate
And
that.
literally, I think I found you just maybe on Instagram. And I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The reason why I was interested was literally because it said Filipino Indian in your bio, and I'm like, oh, that's a very interesting mix.
It's different.
Super different.
It's definitely a unique conversation starter.
Yeah.
This is my main topic of conversation.
Well, let's get past the main topic. That way we can get to other topics, yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
So,
Yeah.
it's just interesting.
It is, huh?
It's interesting.
Have
like,
you ever met anyone else who's half Filipino, half Indian?
I have not.
No.
I mean, I obviously have Filipino friends.
Yeah.
I probably only know a couple people who are Indian.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're the mix, it's kind of like, okay, this is so unheard of for me.
No, I know. It's interesting. It's definitely I am half Filipino and Indian, and I'm surprised myself, to be honest. I'm literally so surprised. No, but I think it's a fun mix because I get to experience two different cultures.
Yeah.
But it's all like Asian, which is so dope too.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes I'm like just thinking about it. I'm like, wow, I'm full Asian, but like they're totally different like types.
So
of
different.
Asian.
You know what's funny? I think people forget that India is part of Asia.
No, they do. I feel like even I used to before. You know what I mean? Like I never forget it, but it's just so south, like South Asia,
Southeast Asia.
That it was just like okay, like I would always be like, oh, I'm Indian and Asian, or Indian and Filipino, but never just say I'm full Asian. You know?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I started realizing I was like, because is Filipino Pacific Islander? That's
You know,
another debate.
Wow, that is actually, yes, that is another debate. Is Filipino Pacific Islander? What do you think?
Honestly, my whole life I thought yes.
I
thought yes. And then I think I looked it up, or someone was like, no, you're not Pacific Islander. And I was like, what? What do you mean? And so from that moment, I was questioning it a little bit, but I don't know.
See, so the reason why I would say yes is because it is in the Pacific Ocean,
Yeah.
but it's so close to Asia.
Yeah.
It's just owned
That's
by
facts.
Asia. That's it.
Yeah. No,
But
you're
it
right.
is actually a very dying question that a lot of Filipinos do ask themselves.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I use it whenever it's advantageous for my personal use.
Okay, when there's that box, when you have to check off a box, that's where the question is. What do you check off? What do you put? That will tell us.
Damn.
That will tell us.
I put Asian.
Okay.
I'm over here talking about, yeah, it's in the Pacific Ocean, but I put Asian.
He's like, no, I believe we are Pacific Islanders.
Yeah.
No, I feel that. I switch off. Sometimes I'll put it. It just depends on my mood.
Yes.
At the time.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
if
good.
I'm
It depends if
feeling-
they actually put Asian or Pacific Islander in the actual checkbox for the
Yeah.
options, and I'm like, okay,
Right.
I'll figure out what do I feel like today.
Yeah.
Do I feel like Hawaiian food? Do I feel like Chinese
know.
food today?
What's the
fuck
vibe?
do I feel like today?
No, I'd be seeing like two or more. Because sometimes it'll ask like two or more, and then it'll put Asian. so I'll just put two or more. I'll be like, you know what?
There
I'm
you
gonna just
go.
hold on to these two.
There you go.
Hold on to these two.
So, like, do you even know how your parents met?
I do. I know, like, okay, so I grew up with just my mom, so I don't really know too much about like the Indian culture because she's Filipino.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I grew up with just my mom, so everything I know is like only like Filipino stuff, you know, like take your shoes off before you walk into the house or whatever, you know. So it's definitely like I'm very open though to learning about like the Indian culture.
Yeah.
And I feel like I do, especially, you know, wanting to represent it as an artist, you know. So I try my best to like understand different things, but I still talk to like my family on that side, of course. But yeah, it's cool. I like being both.
So then you do find yourself being more Filipino in your personal world.
In my personal world, yeah. Like if you asked me how to like pronounce something that was like an Indian name, like I probably wouldn't know how to do it.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Dang, so then you're just super Filipinoed out then.
Basically.
I do gotta ask you, what's your favorite Filipino food?
We in the Cine gang up in here.
Damn, the Cine gang? Gang?
The Cine gang. The Cine gang is fire. And what else? I'm a sisig lover.
Yes.
I love sisig.
Yes.
Come on. That's fire.
That's the best one.
Is that your favorite?
It is my absolute favorite. And it is the reason why. So me and my girl, we have this podcast called Mexipino Podcast.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Fire.
And so we basically had this debate on, would you rather choose Mexican food for your entire life or Filipino food for the rest of your life? And I had told her, I said, Filipino food simply because we have sisig.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yes,
why.
Simply because we have sisig.
Have you had like sisig fries and stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Have sisig tacos?
Yes.
Okay. Sisig everything. My bad.
Sisig everything.
He's like, keep going.
So wait, so have you had like, I guess you haven't had like Indian food cooked in your household then?
No, I mean, unless like
Dang.
my grandma from like my Indian side was over like when we were younger and stuff, but that's pretty much it. Or even honestly, when I would go to like my dad's brother's side, like of the family, like they would always cook Indian food, but I like some Indian food. Like I'm not opposed to it, but there are some things that I was a little bit more indifferent about. So I would just get like an orange chicken.
Wait, like what? Like what?
Like more like the veggie stuff, to be honest. Like the veggies with like spices and everything. Like I don't know. Like the taste was so unfamiliar to me, and I wasn't like acquiring to it. It was so difficult. I was also really young, so who knows now? Maybe.
Yeah, I hear you. You know, I think I've only tried Indian food. I mean, maybe aside from curry.
Yeah.
Like I've tried like other Indian food just like once.
Okay.
So I don't really have like a profession with
Yeah.
that taste.
Do you like curry?
I do like curry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like curry.
Really?
Yeah, even like Thai curry, I don't like. I
Mm.
know. I wish I did. It smells pretty good though.
Yeah.
I can't lie.
It does smell good. It's pretty freaking good.
Yeah.
So wait, I mean, if you don't mind me asking, like,
Yeah.
how come your dad wasn't in your?
Oh yes,
life?
when I totally just like skipped that part. No, when I was 3, unfortunately he did pass away when I was 3 years old. So yeah, since then it's just been, you know, my mom, my brother, my grandma, and I at home. So growing up with that like culture and everything has definitely been such a support too, because I think being Filipino and growing up around like family and everyone, you know, it's very comforting to have that.
Yeah.
But yeah, my dad passed away when I was 3. I don't remember it because I was so young.
Yeah.
So it kind of hit me like later on in life versus like right then and there. Because I guess when you're 3 or younger than 3, you don't really remember much.
No, for sure.
Yeah. So I have like maybe like 4 or 5 core memories of him, but that's like pretty much it. So from then on out, it's just my mom. And so she raised 2 kids on her own.
Dang.
Strong woman, beautiful woman, love her to pieces. Crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
shouts out to your mom.
I know. Thank God for her.
And you know, I'm sure your dad would be proud of everything that you're doing
I
too.
appreciate that. It's nice. It's nice to, you know, like look at the good that comes out of any situation. And I think it really feels good to have an angel up above kind of thing. And so I always look at it that way, you know, just try to see the positive in every situation.
Yeah. Are there moments where you kind of see like, so my girl, for example, her grandfather passed away a couple years ago.
Okay.
And she basically, the symbol that she carries of him is butterflies.
Oh, shoot. That's
Because I guess when he had passed away, like butterflies had been a little bit more prominent in her life. So she likes
Yeah.
to believe that butterflies entering in and out of her, like literal butterflies, are kind of like him, kind of like guiding
Oh, that's
and
sick.
watching over her. Do you kind of have anything
That's
similar
dope.
to that?
I'm very much like when I look up kind of thing, when I look at like the sky and you see that, I feel like a lot of people can relate to that like light that shines through. Like I really feel like those moments I can really feel the presence, you know what I mean? And like I'm sure you know what I'm talking about when you look up and it's just hidden at the perfect spot and you're like angels up above me, you know, like I'm surrounded, I'm feeling good, you know what I mean? And I think that's really like him shining through, or even honestly like a part that I really recognize too is like it really is almost like what I'm doing. Like I played a show one time and I just really felt him with me up there. And I think, and that was like my first show that was more of like a bigger venue and like, and stuff like that. So it was like cool to really feel that. Like I can't really describe it, but energetically, I guess I could really feel another presence, if that doesn't sound scary, but you know, spiritually another presence. And it also just like reassured me, like you're right where you're supposed to be type of thing, which was so like necessary and helpful at the same time. So it's more of just a feeling, I would say, is what I get a lot of the time.
I will say, I felt a really good feeling watching you perform and open up for Twee a couple months ago.
Most fun thing ever.
Dude, like, I already knew you were lit. You know what I mean? Like, I follow you, I listen to your music, all that stuff, and TikTok's popping, right?
Appreciate that.
But when I actually saw you live, I was literally in the back because, you know, I had saw some homies and I was like, okay, let me say what's up.
Right.
And I shit you not, I was looking at you the whole time like, oh my God, she is killing it, man.
I appreciate you. I appreciate that. No, that was such a fun show. I think that show too, shout out to Twee for like having me because it brought me such a new or different perspective on just like music and like playing shows and everything. I think I mean I've always had like one with the intention of like, okay, I want to go on tour, I want to do all these things, but that one really gave me almost like a taste of like energy, like even more energy than I've felt before. I don't know, something was special about that night.
It was.
Yeah.
And you know, something about you, like how many shows did you do prior to that?
Maybe like 7 or 8. That was probably like
so you're still it's safe to say you're still fairly fresh.
Oh yeah, fairly fresh for sure.
So my whole thing is I've watched, I mean, especially being on radio, I've just seen so many freaking performers, like the biggest artists, the smallest artists, whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
And so seeing you, I noticed that you hit literally every single mark that I look for in a professional performer.
Damn, bro.
And
can't
just
be doing
so that,
this to me right now.
dude, and just so that you know, let me explain what the fuck is going on.
Okay,
let me explain it. So, you obviously performed When I Move, right?
Yeah, When I Ride.
Or When I Ride, excuse me. When I Move. I'm so sorry. It's like 10 minutes into the podcast and she just corrected me.
I was like, let me just slide it in there and then we can just keep going. Ignore that it happened. Ignore that.
So, you obviously performed When I Ride, right?
Yeah.
But your engagement with the audience was on point. You were able to talk to everybody. And one thing that I stress with, especially newer artists, it's like, dude, when you do a cover and you can blend it in with your music, it makes the audience feel like, oh my God, well, I know what the person is singing.
Yeah.
And the fact that they can make it into their own thing, like, just makes the performance that much more special.
Yeah.
And literally, watching you, I was like, she fucking got it. She is smart.
Bro, I appreciate that. No, seriously, thank you so much. Yes.
And one more thing. I'm super bigging you up right now.
I know,
and
for real, my head.
I think we probably just booked you like within that week. So then you didn't really have too much time to really prepare.
I was honestly really nervous because I honestly have been playing all my shows with a band. And so that was my first like fuller DJ set with my friend Van, who played the guitar for me, thankfully. But yeah, so I was like, that was my first time playing We Belong Together, Good For You with the track, you know, all of that. So I was like, I don't know how this is going to translate, but we'll see. Like, we'll see what's up. And thankfully it did go in a very positive direction. Yeah. But no, I appreciate that. I think my mindset, like creating my sets too, especially being an opening act, I think is bringing that familiarity to somebody or to the audience, because it's like, okay, I can play When I Ride, but like, I mean, I pray that some people are going to know it, but maybe there's some that are just like hearing it for the first time. So it's like, okay, what else can someone sing to? Because when you go to a show, you want to sing.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
You go to enjoy and watch, but of course you want to like let something out. So, and I think that's why I try and add my covers and mashups that I do, just because it's like, okay, everyone can sing along. You know,
Yeah.
there was a moment where I didn't even sing anymore in that show, which is dope because I was a little out of breath, so it worked out.
Yeah. You're like, fuck it. Y'all just take it right now. I'm good for a couple minutes.
literally. And they were singing their hearts out. And it was the most beautiful, like, being up there and seeing that was the most beautiful, like, experience for me. Because I'll look back at the videos and be like, damn, I don't even need to put the mic at my mouth.
Yeah.
For real.
You know what's funny is that We Belong Together, it's one of my favorite songs of all time, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people can attest to that as well.
Right.
But I was thinking about it literally today because I'm like, what the hell am I going to ask Ashley about, or what am I going to bring up?
Yeah.
And I said to myself, you know what's funny? I think if I put the timeline together, I started playing We Belong Together as like one of my ending songs at the club after your performance.
No way. No way. You're lying.
Yeah, and it's the same shit. Every time I play it, people just start singing, and I could put the volume down, and people would just go at it.
It's so different.
Yeah.
That's so sick, though. I love that.
Yeah, you know.
Dang, club banger right there.
Club banger. Mariah must have been like a huge influence to you, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just like shows. Because even this past week, I did another mashup, and I used We Belong Together as well. I used it twice already. No, like, and she's helped my career so much.
Yeah.
No, but really, like, her melodies and just everything that, like, the power in her voice and everything like that, it really translates through. And I think the emotion that you can feel from listening to the song, you'll listen to all these throwbacks and really feel something from it, right? And I'm like, what is that nostalgic feeling? Like, why do people feel this way? What is this energy? Where is it coming from? And so I'll kind of think about that when I write music too, or when I, like, you know, try and channel their songs, because, oh my God, like, I'm here singing a Mariah song, like, this is kind of ballsy of me. Like,
Yeah.
So if you're doing that right now,
You got to make sure you hit every single freaking note.
Literally, I'm like, please, Ashley, like, don't mess this up. But yeah, she's definitely been such an influence on my music for sure.
So then you're pretty much intentional when it comes to your TikTok videos too. Like, is that just an idea that you came up with yourself, or were you inspired by anybody?
The Good For You mashup?
Yeah, I mean, all your mashups are crazy.
Dude, thank you. Honestly, I was listening to Good For You, and the beginning melody, I forgot what it is already. That, I was like, why does that sound so familiar? And I kid you not, I was one step into my bathroom like 2 days after. No, I kid you not. And it just clicked. I was like, Mariah Carey? Like, it's her. I was like, that's the song that I was thinking of. Like, that kind of sounded like similar cadences or similar melodies.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what it is. And I skipped the bathroom, and I was like, let me go to my laptop and just try this out real quick. And then I was like, it works. Like, this is it. So it kind of just comes and goes, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, whenever, I think it's definitely, like, I think my brain just gravitates to hearing things. Because even when I was, like, younger, I mean, I'm still young, but when I was younger.
back in the day.
I would play the guitar, and my brother and I would literally just go back. Like, I'd play the same 4 chords, and my brother and I would go back and forth and just, like, almost compete against who can sing more songs on top of those 4 chords. So we'd constantly just be mashing up. Like,
lit.
Yeah, our entire, like, that's what we did on our free time. So we'd literally just be mashing up the whole time, and then, like, maybe later that night do it again. So constantly, like, we hear songs, and we're like, what else can go on this? What else can go on this? So I think now, like, sometimes without even trying, I guess, it just, like, I'm like, okay, something else can go on this track right here. But it's so fun. I enjoy it so much. Like,
Yeah.
It's definitely translating.
It sounds like your brain is just so accustomed to understanding the way music is and cadence.
I guess so. I don't really know how, though. I guess it's throughout my life. Like, I've just been, you know, writing and then making these mashups and everything. So it's
How long have you been writing?
I've been writing since high school is when I, like, first started writing. Maybe, like, what's that, like, over 8 years ago? I think that's when I fully was like, okay, let me write full songs. But before, even when I was, like, in, like, middle school and junior high, I'd always go out, type in, like, type beats and stuff and just, like, freestyle over it. Like, I was like, this is some normal shit right here. Like, can I cuss on here?
Oh,
of
you
course.
you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Whatever the fuck I want. No, but yeah, so I would always just, like, freestyle over, like, beats and everything, because that was just so fun. Like, I enjoy it so much. Like, I really do love it so much. And so I think doing that, and then I finally was like, okay, let me use this as an outlet now. Like, put my emotions into songs, put my feelings into songs. So then I started doing that. Not that the songs were like the best songs ever, but it was a start of something, right? And then I've seen like my writing grow from there, and still so much room for improvement, of course. But it's crazy to just look back at everything and just be like, wow, you know?
Yeah, I think we might need like Ashley Mehta rapping over something if you were over tight beats.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna start rapping right now.
Right? Hey, I mean, if we get the exclusive rap from Ashley Mehta, I ain't mad at it.
A little freestyle moment.
No, but that's sick though. So about 8 years and you're just constantly writing, huh?
Yeah, it's so fun. It's so fun. That's why even on TikTok, I love to do like open verse challenges. Cause I'm like, oh, this is like what I love to do. Like, even if I don't have to, even if I don't like post it or anything, I'll probably just like do it.
Just do it just to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like you've really gotten amongst like two of my artist friends. I feel like you and Tweed just definitely have like the TikTok shit down. It's ridiculous how it works for you guys.
I have no idea what I'm doing on there, but thank you. The Tweed's fire. She inspires me so much. She motivates me so much. Like, I see her consistency with everything, and it's definitely like, I'm like, that's so dope. That's so dope.
I think we need a Tweed and Ashley Mehta record.
I know. That would be fire. That would be straight fire. I think it has to happen.
It does have to happen.
I'll text her right after this.
Yeah, hey man, you need to get it happening. So like, it's cool because especially coming from the Bay, I feel like there wasn't too many like female artists really coming out until recent years.
Yeah.
So, her, Sweetie,
yes, sir.
Kamaya, and I feel like
Kaylani.
the Bay, Kaylani. Well, yeah, Kaylani, of course.
Come on.
Duh.
Where you at?
Cloud 19.
You left for a little bit.
Dude. I feel like my brain's always on cloud 19.
No, I feel that.
But, you know, it wasn't until seeing like these aforementioned artists, I feel like we're just getting so much more, and it's so cool to see.
It's definitely like, I think I see a lot of people too put in all the work that they do. And that's only from what we see, you know what that's the crazy part. It's like there's so many things happening behind the scenes of every single artist that you see or listen to that it's like, little do we know, you know what I mean? And so it's definitely like everyone that I'm like, we're both surrounded with, I feel like, you know, it's very well deserved, including yourself. We see the work that you put in, but that's only what we see, you know what I'm saying?
It's only what you see.
It's only what we see.
I was stressing. I had a cup of coffee before this, and I'm just like, all right, get
He's
ready.
Here. He forgot
We here.
to add Kaylani, but he's here.
Dude, that's why I needed that second cup of coffee. I only had one so far.
Right. I should have got you one. Yeah.
Right, nah, you good. No, but that's lit. I mean, it's cool to just see. I think it's cool to see the Bay finally representing and really just taking ownership.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you feel this way, but I always feel like the Bay just does something and then someone takes it and then it blows up.
I mean, I guess I never really thought about it, but I guess now thinking about it,
right?
Like, there definitely are some like similarities that I see, and I'm like, that's very Bay Area, but it's not from a Bay Area artist.
Yeah, I mean, even when I ride.
Yeah.
When I ride.
There you go. He got
like,
it.
You know what I mean? It's like I wouldn't have ever figured out that was a Bay Area song.
Yeah.
And then once I figure out that's where you're from, I'm like, all right. I mean, I can see the little elements.
Yeah, I mean, for that song too, I feel like that was our intention behind it, was to create a new sound for myself, because before that song, I was writing a lot of like EDM stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was in such an EDM zone, like I could not get out of it for a little bit. But something was calling me, like there was like something bigger is here. And so that's when I was talking to my friend Romy about it, and he produces like a lot of my stuff. And so I was like, dude, like there's something else here. Like I don't know what it is, but I love all genres, like I do. But I don't know what's like the most calling right now, where it's at. And that's when we had the conversation of like finding our most unique sound. And that's been my goal ever since. And so when we made When I Ride, we made that in like 2020. And I think that was the first one that we were like, okay, we got something here. we got some sort of direction, if anything, here. And so, yeah, writing that one was like, that was a very fun song to write. And then we had like my culture in mind. We were like, let's make it about Ashley, you know what I mean? Like let's take where I'm from, my culture. We studied like Bay Area music, you know. We studied like a lot of stuff to kind of see like what it is, and a lot of it is emptiness. and it's in the production, and it's like finding your voice within the spaces. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
I know, a little deep there.
Damn.
I know, just made that one right now.
That was kind of deep.
Yeah,
all right.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
I do get what you're saying,
like,
because
yeah.
to kind of put it into perspective, like Bay Area music is very like the beats nowadays are just super simple.
Yeah.
But it leaves the artist an opportunity to really speak on something, or actually
Right.
just use your voice to make the song move further.
Yeah, that's what it is. Cause then you'll like kind of dissect everything else, and you're like, everything's really simple. Like even the other day, Russ posted something on TikTok, and he posted how he made like the beat and everything, and it
Russ
was
or Russ Kusan?
Russ.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just making sure because we were talking about the Bay. Okay,
Yeah.
Shout out to Russ
I know,
Kusan, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to Russ. He's fire. But yeah, Russ, he posted something. I know I really shifted right there, but he posted something about like, I think he showed us his session, like his Logic session, and it showed only like 4 or 5 stems, or maybe even less, of like one was like a clap, and then there was an 808, and then maybe like one other sample or a piano, and I was
Yeah.
like, that's it. And he just made a whole hit. You know what I mean?
What song was?
It was Handsomer. It was like, or maybe it was, yeah, I think it was Handsomer, the most recent one.
Okay,
Have you heard it?
I haven't heard it. If
like,
I'm being honest.
Oh, it's all over right now. It's
Okay,
all over.
that's
I'll
what's
send
up.
it to you.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how, like, I guess even if you relate music to social media and just like every regularly day lives, right? Like, life is just so simple if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, I think even for you, right? Everyone started off with 0 followers on
Yeah.
TikTok, right? But the reason why I really fuck with you is because I just see your grind every single day, and it's as simple as just posting a video every single day.
Thank you.
Like, there's really there's really no secret to it.
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like, one, I don't know like what I'm doing all the time maybe, but it's like, at least there's like something I'm doing, I guess, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And in a lot of people that I see too, it's like, at least there's something to do, or some sort of work that you're putting in, or like anything. And I think too, the reason why something that I believe in too is letting go of maybe fear and expectation and everything like that, because I think that plays such a huge role into why it can be challenging to be consistent with things. Because then every new post, we were talking about this earlier, but like being uncomfortable and that being the only way to grow, I feel like even posting sometimes, it's like, okay, I've never tried this before. Like, let's see if this mashup works. Like, It could go like south, it could go north. Like, we don't know, but we're just going to post it, be uncomfortable, and then see where it takes me kind of thing. But it's kind of like a risk in a sense. But at this end of the day, it's like, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, you're going to post it, and it's either going to go all the way up, or it's going to flop, or it's going to be exactly where, you know, the rest of your videos are.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's why I wake up now and I'm like, you know what? Like, every new thing that I post, or anything that you put out is a new opportunity. Like, you'd never know what's coming from it, or like for it. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, it's been cool to switch my mindset like that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like risk takers are the people who end up innovating, and these are the way I see it is like, when you take a risk and you show people that you're taking a risk,
Yeah.
I think people gravitate toward it, because I feel like for the most part, a lot of human beings are not risk takers and are kind of scared to take that first step, that first leap of faith, just literally dipping their toe into the water.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard. Like, it's very hard to get to that mentality, though, of just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I know people say like, fuck it, but people don't really mean fuck it.
They don't. I've definitely been a part of that. I've been people. We are the people.
We are the people.
We are. No, but I feel that. I think for me, it was definitely like, it was crazy too, because the first day that, I think it was beginning of 2021, it was like January. And I thought to myself, like, oh, what is it? Like, what's the one thing that's stopping you? It's like, what is it? Because I believe in myself, you know what I mean? And I think it's good to, obviously, gonna have to, right? So I believe in myself, you know, I'm here and I'm ready to do whatever it takes. But what's stopping me? Like, what is it? And I really thought about it, and I was like, oh man, it's me, damn it. Like, I'm the one stopping myself because of fear, because of X, Y, and Z. And so I kind of, when I realized that, I was like, damn, like, it was you this whole time. Like, come on, like, switch that. And so that same day, I switched that mindset, and I was like, you know what? Like, who gives a fuck? You know, like as you said, it's so simple. Like we tend to overcomplicate. So if we just simply like bring our heads back into like the space that we're in, like our whole perspective changes. And so that same day I was like, you know what, let's post a driver's license R&B rendition. And that was my first video that ever like, you know, blew up in some capacity. And so I was like, damn, all I needed to do was like flip my thought. I was like, that's it? I was like, that's literally it. But it's so simple. It's so simple to do that. But we sometimes overcomplicate it and make it very challenging for ourselves. But no, that was definitely like the moment that I realized that like you can really have everything that you desire. You know, it's just a matter of believing it, putting in the work to do so, and like, you know, just living life.
Yeah, really, really. And, you know, I feel like this is also important too because, and the reason why I want to bring this up is because you push out so much content, is that when it comes to artists, DJs, and the umbrella over that is all content creators. Yeah. I feel like as content creators, we forget to actually live life sometimes and actually enjoy what the fuck is going on around us.
Say that louder. No, I feel that. Yeah. I feel that. I know sometimes I'll be like, damn, what else did you do today? Yeah. But the thing is, we all enjoy and we all have fun and like love it. But there definitely is like, go take a walk, go around in nature, go do all these things that like, you know, life brings you.
So who is Ashley Mehta outside of music?
That's a great question. Let's see. Let's think about that one. No, I think I'm very like, I cherish my relationships with people so much, like my friendships, family, that comes first, you know, to me. And so I definitely like, I love spending time with people, love hanging out, just chilling. Or I'll go on walks. I love walking. Is that boring? Am I boring?
I like walks along the beach.
Yeah, I like walks along the beach. No, I'll like get up, you know, I'll go on a walk. And then what else do I love spinning, like spin bike. That's like my favorite thing to do.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I love cycling. But it also relates to music, I guess, because I ride to the BPM of the song. and so I'm obsessed with like being in rhythm with it. And so I'm like, Ashley, stay on beat the whole time. But it's cool. It's just very feeding.
I feel like we need to get you a Peloton bike or something.
I know, right? I have the app. So I just like go on the app at home and then I'll just like bike away.
That's lit,
no,
dude.
It's dope.
I was biking a couple, I mean, this was actually a little over a year ago then. And mind you, this was the first time I had purchased this bike. Yeah. I started biking around like Twee's place with my boy Louie, and then literally like the first day.
No.
Smacked.
No way. No.
Smacked, hit by a car.
No, a car?
A car.
I thought like a tree.
No, like a car.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
Was it like terrible?
Horrible.
Did you go to the, like, dude, what happened?
Yeah. I mean, like,
I got the rest of the story.
Dude, like, I mean, like, I got up then there was kind of like, there was just like shards of glass in my head. No. But like, you should have seen the car. The car got hella fucked up. Dude. Yeah. Crazy.
You fucked up the car?
I fucked up the car. But I mean, I was fucked up.
Bro, I'm so glad you're okay and alive.
But we here now.
Yeah, we're here now. Look at that. Now. That's such a beautiful life we're living.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Now that we mentioned, you know, back to you talking about getting that mindset, and now that I'm talking about this, I feel like at that moment, even though I'm okay now, like I feel like at that moment, that's also when I started to say, fuck it.
Oh, okay. I mean, that only makes sense.
Near-death experience, why not, right?
Experience. Like, sure, I'll switch my mindset
I'll switch my mindset. Because that's when I started going super ham on, like, Twitch DJing and, Yeah, you know what?
That's crazy.
You're making me realize a whole bunch of shit.
No, but that's dope because what you just did there was you found, like, as like shitty as that situation was, you know, you found a takeaway from it. You're like, what am I going to do that can bring me up versus like sitting with yourself forever and being like, you know, this shitty situation happened and then just being like complacent, you know, so you literally chose to grow from it. Yeah. Which is so sick.
I chose life over death.
Exactly. He did. And look where we're at.
Yeah, you know, the Nico Blitz motherfucking podcast. Honestly, I'm so happy to see where you go.
I appreciate that.
You know, there's not too many people who I listen to for the first time off the rip, and I'm just like super excited about. And, you know, especially being an Asian American, I feel like it's always difficult to get past that stigma of what our parents want, because what our parents want is basically just a high-paying job to make sure that, you know, we're good to go. So, like, I mean, I know you and your brother had this mashup thing going on when you were younger, but, like, what does your family think of everything going on?
They're honestly very excited and the most supportive in the entire world, and I'm so grateful to have that behind me. Yes.
More applause.
More applause to everyone. No, literally, but it's because I have definitely heard, like, it's more of like, I guess, a rare thing that I have in a sense, because there definitely is that stigma, and there is that, like, you know, surrounding sense about maybe doing something else that's not typically what most people would do, I guess. But no, my mom and my brother and my whole family, like, everyone is so supportive. And, you know, like, obviously in the beginning, it was definitely, it was never a bad conversation. Like, it was more of just like, okay, this is what I'm choosing to do because I feel called to do this. And it was like the amount of understanding that I felt like from my mom and from my brother was very fulfilling. Like, it was very nice to hear. Because at the end of the day, my mom just wants us both to be very happy, you know? And she could see it. Like, she can see me, like, come home from a show or, like, just in my room working on music all the time. You know, she sees, and let me tell you, I've had so many jobs, like part-time jobs before. And my mom knew every time I went to the job, she'd be like, I don't know how long you're going to be here. Like, you know what I mean? So, and I'd always be like, no. Like, I like this one. Like, I think I'm going to stay for a while. But then 3 months later, I'm out, you know? And so the one consistent thing that I've always done was music. And so I think for her seeing that and her seeing the passion that I have behind it, you know, she's like, you know what? This is what you love. Like, go do what you love. Of course, there's those practical, like, logistic conversations that we'll have, but I feel like that's as any parent would, like, tell their daughter or son.
Yeah.
So,
like, are you sure?
Yeah, you know what I mean? This is, you know, how about, like, everything else? You know what I mean? And just, like, you know, putting the questions there, but, you know, I answer them, and then we just, like, continue to move forward.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's excited for me, and definitely, like, she's like, let me straighten your hair, like, let me, you know, what do you need, like, very,
let me make sure you look good for your show.
Literally, like, very hands-on. Like, I'm like, okay, mom, thank you. No, she's the sweetest. So
that's lit.
Yeah,
it's funny because I actually just saw this video. I don't know if you follow Random Ridge on Instagram.
I don't.
So he's a Filipino comedian, right?
Okay.
On IG.
Yeah.
And he posted this video of what you want your Filipino parents to say. And if I were to relate it to the artists, it's kind of like, oh, anak. Does your mom speak Tagalog?
Yeah,
okay.
I can only understand Tagalog.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I can't speak it though.
Right. She'd be like, oh, anak, I saw your Spotify. You have 200,000 plays, huh? I'm all 2,100, huh?
Are you sure it wasn't you running the video?
Nah, I mean, I wish it was me because I was listening to that and I was like, dude, that's fucking lit.
This moment right here, I'm telling you, it's exploding. It's going to explode all over the internet. Like, oh my God.
You know, Ashley, your song When I Ride, 200K, huh?
And not When I Move? It's not.
When I move, shit naman. I'm sorry, anak. You know, I'm still getting used to the Spotify plays, huh?
Oh my goodness.
200K, is that a lot of money for you, anak, huh?
Why are you on the dot right now? So confused.
Have you been back to the Philippines?
Is this still Nico?
Tito Nico.
Tito Nico's in the building right now.
You feel me? Have you been back to the Philippines?
I've been a couple times. Not recently, though. The last time was probably like when I was like 12 or 13.
Dude, same.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, my grandparents be bugging me to go back. Yeah.
Damn, you should. Honestly,
I want to. I told them as long as I have all the seeds that I've been planting over the past couple of years, like, just sprout.
Yeah.
Over the next year, I'll be good to go next year.
Oh yeah. No, that's what's up. And they are sprouting at this moment as we're speaking.
Yeah, this is one of them seeds.
Yeah, exactly. We're just planting away.
You're planting away. When I ride, I still want to call it when I move because when I move.
And I move to the side.
So is that like attached to a project or anything, or?
That's a great question. That one is a single. But I definitely am in the headspace of starting my EP, which I'm super excited about. Definitely know that it's, you know, project mode. So I'm kind of transitioning into that.
She said album mode.
Album mode. No, yeah. No, I'm definitely like, I'm so excited to kind of play off of that song and then just see, we've been working on a lot of new music. So I'm excited to just, one, show that to the world, but also two, see what else I can make. But yeah, it's been making music's just so fun.
Yeah?
It's so fun. Do you make music?
I mean, I used to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like produce or?
I used to produce.
Tito Nico's a singer?
And I used to have a couple rap songs.
Oh.
Yeah. I used to post them on Tumblr.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I should get Tumblr.
I mean, look, you can revive Tumblr and probably make a cool little fan base over there.
It's going to be Tumblr. Yeah. Everyone, we're transitioning.
You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see you do mashups of like, or at least covers of like old MySpace songs. Were you on MySpace?
I was not on MySpace.
Oh, damn. Yeah, now I'm just aging myself.
I know.
I'm 28. I'm literally about to be 29 in a month.
You're literally so young, dude. That is so young.
But still, man, okay. Yeah, I'd love to see you do covers of just like
I'll
random.
just Google MySpace songs.
And then see what comes up.
See what pops up. And then I'll do a little play off of that.
So wait, what was Mariah, of course, but like, what was your era of music growing up then?
I guess like Katy Perry.
Oh, so the pop shit.
Yeah, all the pop stuff. Like everything on the radio was literally like, I mean, like Justin too was like on the rise as well, like at the same time. So a lot of that. But I would always listen to whatever's like on the radio. And I think that's why I always like feel like I had a pop ear because I'm just like, okay, pop hits.
Yeah.
Like 99.7, turn that on right now. Turn that on. 94.9, all
Shouts
of
out
it.
to Jazzy.
I know. I was just talking to him last night.
Nice.
Yeah, he's dope.
Have you gotten radio play in the Bay?
I have a couple
Nice.
times. 99.7. Shout out to Mighty Mike. You know Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fire.
That's lit.
Yeah.
It's so cool because, I mean, I don't know if you know, but I be playing your music in Vegas.
Bro, what?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
You sent me When I Ride like way before it even came out.
I did, but I didn't know you like went for it.
I did. And so you know what the funny thing is that I already thought the song was out. So I
No
was
way.
playing it on the radio already.
He said, let me leak it. Let me leak it. Wait,
And
that's
then-
so sick though.
And then I saw you post like, oh, the song's dropping. I'm like, wait, the song is dropping? I thought she'd been sent this to me.
No, that song was like, I made that in November 2020. So I just had it for a really long time. And then we had like so many different dates planned out to release it. And then all of them kind of just like fell through, but it all worked out for like a reason, I'm very proud of and happy with how the song is doing right now and everything that's coming with it. So, but that's so funny. Thank you though.
Yeah,
Dude, thank you.
You're welcome. I hope I contributed to some streams in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, radio play for sure.
Hey,
like
man.
that's what's up. No, but that's something that I like. Just gonna make your head a little big for a second.
There you
too.
go.
Yeah, it's like let me take my cap off. No, but something that you do. Applause for that one. There we go. Thank you, Nico Blitz, everybody. No, but something that you do, and that from the minute that I started following you too, is like I see the amount of support that you bring to every artist, because at the end of the day, like we need you.
Oh, man.
We need people like you, to put us onto other people and to bring us onto stuff like this, and the amount of like giving you're doing is splendid. It's so much. It's literally so much, because everything you play, every song you play, in a way it helps that artist. You're constantly giving whether you know it or not.
Yeah.
And so for you to do that and allow us to be a part of it, and we're also like friends too, so like building a relationship through that, and it's cool how music brings so many people together.
Dude.
It's wild.
Seriously.
It's wild, but I think like everyone is just grateful for you, dude. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so
You're
much,
welcome.
Ashley. I appreciate you.
welcome.
I'm the type of person who I just love good music.
Yeah.
And it's funny because actually on the first episode of this podcast, I had Twee on here.
Yes.
And I actually had a
I love that
former
one.
podcast called The Lunch Table.
Yes.
And so what I said about Twee on The Lunch Table, like many, many moons ago,
yeah.
was I totally believe in you and I could see you like really popping off soon.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm saying the exact same thing
Yo.
right now for you, Ashley. Like, I totally believe in you, and I could see you popping off. Like, I mean, I don't want to give like a date or anything on it, but it's
Thank you so much.
it's the consistency you have, and it is the energy that you bring and how that translates to people who are either on the internet or people like directly in front of you, like all of that put together, I already know like you're good,
bro.
So in case you had any doubt,
no, it means a lot. No, it really does mean a lot though, because especially coming from you, you know, you've done so much in like since your life, your whole life, since you were out the womb. So no, thank you though, for real. That means a lot. And I'm proud of like everyone, literally, for everything that they're doing and the amount of work they're putting in. It's so dope to see and dope to be around too. You know, like we feed off each other at the end of the day. You know, all our energy is like, okay, let's keep going. See,
now we just need you in LA so we can continue rolling that.
Come on, let's go. Soon. A few more months, and I'm
there
here.
We go.
Yeah.
Ashley, before we head out, what is one general thing about you that people may not know?
General? Like just anything.
Yeah, just anything.
I grew up. I'm not gonna do it though. But I did grow up beatboxing, like, and that's like what I started doing. But I'm so bad at it now. Like, trust me, I'm not gonna do it. Sorry, guys, I'm not gonna do it. But I did grow up. Like, that was like I would watch YouTube videos constantly, figure out how to get the right like hi hat and like everything. And then my brother would do it too, and I'm like competing with him. Like, how do you do it? How are you doing it so well?
Lit.
No, but it's cool. That probably started my music journey.
Hey, that's lit. You know, she said boots and cats.
No, I did. Boots and cats. Yeah.
Come on.
That's what's up.
You know what we do need then? We do need you doing like eventually one day, and I'm just throwing a dart somewhere in the dark, but
yes.
Hopefully you could do like just like a beatbox beat once if you like retrain yourself to learn that shit and actually make a song out of it.
I honestly want to. Like, that's been a goal. Like, okay, I'm not like terrible, but I can like get a couple things going. But I don't know, like I definitely do want to just like implement it. You know, do a little acapella, like what's the acapella group? You know what I'm talking about? The Pentatonics.
Oh yes.
Yeah, they're fire because everything they do is like literally from their mouths. It sounded wrong, but it's literally what it is. So I was like, I need to make a track like that.
Hey, do it. Just give me 0.1%.
Okay, fine. Oh, you know what? We might need your like little hi-hat. Maybe you'll just hop on it. I'll call you one day. Can you just record something real quick? Put the mic right on the
It's
phone.
over fucking voice memo.
No,
like here.
FaceTime. You're like, did I get it right? I'm like,
oh my God. Ashley Mehta, everybody. Also, when can we expect the EP project?
Oh, okay. So new music should be dropping within the next couple months. Maybe next month. I'm trying to get it out next month. But EP tour is like maybe summer end of the year vibe. But no, I'm excited. It's gonna be definitely a full vibe. You know, when I ride vibe.
Or when I move.
When I move. I should have named it that. When I move. Everyone's like, where are you moving? Where are you going?
Oh my God. Ashley Mehta, everybody. Nico Blitz podcast, and we are out.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.